Hey guys, Dr. Kyle here. So I had a question on YouTube about milk thistle, and I love this herb. And the question is milk thistle good for psoriasis? And yeah, absolutely it can be. I don't typically talk about specific herbs for specific things because it can be so individualized in terms of what helps certain people. So milk thistle, amazing for your liver, helps actually re-strengthen and reproduce the liver and detox the body. It's something I use a lot with patients when they're doing a detox. And I say when they're doing a detox because I like to use these intense herbs to help detox the body. Unfortunately, not everybody's ready for that. If you're not pooping every single day, don't be cranking up a bunch of milk thistle tea, that's fine. But I'm talking about like a high dose herb supplement because you're gonna overstimulate, you're gonna start to detox, but guess what? It's not going anywhere because it's stuck in your GI tract. So you gotta be able to poop before you start loading up on milk thistle. That's what I would say for sure with psoriasis. Which gets me thinking about psoriasis and detoxing. Absolutely, if you have psoriasis, detoxing is a crucial part of the process. You know, I always start out with some of the videos I've already created. You can go back and look at like top 5 foods to get rid of, because you gotta get rid of a certain amount of things. You know, somebody said once that I don't think, you know, one of the things comments I've gotten is, I don't think my psoriasis isn't because of much of a diet as much as it is stress. And my response is 100%, you're right. It is stress. But watch this, so stress is physical, chemical, and emotional. And so that emotional stress cranks it up for them because it's like the tipping point. So what if, so your body produces, you know, the same response to emotional, physical, and chemical stress. So what if instead of trying to worry about our emotional stress only, what if we said, okay, what other stressors can I get rid of that aren't necessary, right? I'm gonna get to detox here, but watch this. So I talk about removing foods, and the reason I say remove those foods is because they're unnecessary stress on your body. So if you have less chemical stress from your good, healthy diet, right? And you're not sitting all day long, and you're moving throughout your day, and you're getting maybe chiropractic care or acupuncture, things that help with physical stress on your body, physical therapy, all those things. And at the same time, now we can start looking at emotional stress, but you're gonna be able to handle that emotional stress way better, and your body's gonna be able to be much stronger because you've taken the chemical and physical stress that you can control down. So one of my favorite sayings that I think I might have come up with it because I don't remember where I heard it. So I think, you know, they always say if you quote somebody enough, you just take it over. I think I might have done this here. But I'd say focus on what you can control. You can control a diet. Focus on what you can control and have faith in God to take care of the rest. And so I like to focus on what I can control. And emotional stress is a lot harder, in my opinion, to control than physical and chemical stress. So that's that. But then now looking at herbs and detoxing with psoriasis, essential part of healing from psoriasis, right? And so your liver is such a big part of not only getting rid of toxins, but producing bile, so that bile, you know, stores in your gallbladder, and then when you eat fat, it produces that bile into the GI tract, and it emulsifies the fat. And then you get your vitamin D, and you get your vitamin A, and your E, and your vitamin K, all these fat-soluble vitamins now you can use. You know, one of the things we see with psoriasis is not enough of those vitamins, and acne, and eczema as well. So your body's ability to break down fat goes back to the liver. Your body's ability to get rid of estrogen, which is a big part of acne and these other skin issues, all goes back to the liver. And so the liver, I mean, I can go through all the different amazing stuff that the liver is needed for. But detoxing the liver and giving it some support and stimulation is very important, helping pathways, right? But we have to be ready for it first. So one of the criteria I give for everybody that's before they do a real detox in our office is they have to be pooping daily, okay? So if you're not pooping daily, let's work on your GI tract and motility and stuff first. But number one, they have to be pooping daily. And then I want to see some symptomatic changes that I think that makes them ready for that detox. So I don't usually have someone come in and I start them off on a detox, which is why I don't shoot a lot of videos about use this detox product to detox, because I don't want to deter or push people the wrong direction. If you put 20 people in front of me and we did same detox, everybody did the exact same thing, there's going to be a percentage of those people that get really sick. And I know they call that the Hertfordshire whatever, I don't know, I gotta look that up. What is that thing called again? Herxheimer, that's what it is, Herxheimer, reaction. And that is when you get the symptoms from detoxing, and yes, those can be real, but the extreme symptoms of it knock somebody out and they don't even recover, or they're miserable through that detox, is because their body just isn't ready for it and it's adding more stress. So you take a woman maybe that's having menstrual cycle issues, maybe they're having anxiety issues or something like that, and then you throw them into this, it's gonna mess them up, especially heavy metal detoxing and stuff like that. So you gotta kind of know what you're doing there and be ready for it. So, but let's say you're ready for it, because people wanna know, what do I take for detoxing? And I warned you, so now it's up to you to do it right. But let's say you're ready for that detox. Great herb we talked about already, milk thistle. That's great. It's great at actually rebuilding the liver. Another herb I like to use along with milk thistle is dandelion root. It's a natural diuretic, helps your body get rid of stuff, amazing support for the kidneys and liver as well. So those two things. And then I like to use calcium D-glutarate. Calcium D-glutarate is a big part of stimulating the detoxification pathways in the body. I always like to load up on a good B vitamin complex, methylated B vitamins, to help that process. And then organ meats, liver, take liver while you're in a detox, and because it's one of the foods that has the highest amount of methyl within it, which is methylation is part of this detoxification at a cellular level. And so I recommend taking that regularly, but on the detox, actually taking liver as well. So those are my 4 like simple, I think anybody could kind of go with those kind of detox supplements. And there's other stuff that I recommend at times with patients, depending on the patient. Maybe they need some passion flower to help pull out estrogen. But I never really do that unless I've seen some testing that tells me they're gonna do good with it. So those 4 that I said there though, if you're using the restroom every day, if you're feeling decent, like you're not in a crazy hormonal issue right now or things like that, go ahead, you can try that detox, and then you have a detox eating plan along with it. So you don't want to take a bunch of detox supplements and go eat Big Macs, in other words. That make sense? Sorry, I wasn't trying to be sarcastic, but you don't want to eat like junk while you're doing a detox. So take those supplements, but then eat clean and eat less, right? So shift, I like to go about 10 days with just easy digestible vegetables, meaning I take the nightshades out, I steam the vegetables, I don't do a lot of oils with them. If I'm gonna do something that's not steamed, I'll make sure I do add olive oil, because it's amazing with vegetables. It helps heighten out the nutrient value of that vegetable. It also breaks it down so I can digest it. And then I'll just do vegetables for 10 days. Cruciferous, your broccoli, and I know this is a nightshade, but easier to digest when you steam it. Your cruciferous stuff, the stuff that's gonna give me the biggest bang for my buck. And then after 10 days, I'm gonna add in some good healthy wild caught fish, like wild caught salmon, sardines, things like that. And then I'll start adding in chicken back in, just things that are a little bit easier to digest. Organic free range chicken and organic free range eggs. I prefer duck eggs. By the way, duck eggs have an increased nutrient value than regular eggs. Just Google duck eggs versus chicken eggs. And then after about 30 days of all that, then you can kind of shift back to a regular diet. I like to shift back from that. While I'm doing this detox, by the way, I like to recommend intermittent fasting. Again, eating less, going periods of time without eating. And then after the 30 days, then you kind of slowly work your way back into what I would call normal eating. Now, normal eating, again, don't do a detox and then go to a restaurant the next day. Normal eating is going to be food that you're making at home, food that you're getting local, food raised the way it's supposed to be raised, and simple. And I mean simple by like free range organic meats and some broccoli, steamed broccoli. And maybe I want to add in some jasmine organic rice every so often. Or maybe you're going to add in some sweet potatoes or some potatoes or something a little bit on the carby side. But that should be your core diet. Your diet shouldn't be consisting of all these other boxed foods and snacks and things like that. And then intermittent fasting at the lowest level should be a must for everybody all the time. And the lowest level is you don't snack. You eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or maybe you just eat your lunch and dinner, right? So pretty cool. Hey, on some of the other videos, I want to talk to you guys about when to eat meat, when to eat more meat in the day versus breakfast, lunch, and dinner, things like that. So stay tuned for that as well. But I hope that was helpful in helping you figure out exactly, how does this process work of detoxing your body without getting in trouble with the, what's it called again? Herxheimer reaction, Herxheimer reaction. And that one always cracked me up. I know that people use that as, there used to be a whole water system, and any symptom you would have from this water that you're drinking, they would call that out. Or, some people use that as a backup plan when you are doing poorly towards their protocol. So just be careful with that as well. All right, you guys have an awesome day. We'll talk to you next time.